is Kyla, and I live in New York City.
My name is Brian Peters. I run a blog called NoDebtWorldTravel.com from New York City, and the impetus for starting my blog was I did a round-the-world trip a couple of years ago, so I've been blogging ever since.
Hi, I'm Jennifer from Imported-Chocolate.com, and my website is to promote travel among women of color. And I'm from New York City.
Hello, I'm Avita Robinson, also known as Evie, and I'm the founder and creator of the Nomadness TV web series, as well as the Nomadness Travel Tribe, an international social media group of urban travelers all around the world.
Mario Nicholas of On the Go with Mario, and you can find me everywhere connected as Mario Travels. On Twitter it's Mario Travels, Facebook Mario Travels, and YouTube/user/Mario Travels.
My first trip abroad was actually to London to visit family, and since then I've done the mid-20s, 25, 26 countries. A lot of that was done on my round-the-world trip, but I've been doing others as I've gone along. So,
My first trip abroad was when I was 19 years old to Paris. It was the first time I'd ever traveled or been in an airport or on an airplane. And I've been to 6 countries since then.
My first trip abroad as an adult and on my own and taking care of just myself was to Paris, and it was 6 weeks after I graduated from college. Instead of looking for a job, I decided that I was going to hit the world running, and I went out and took a filmmaking workshop with the New York Film Academy, and since then I have been to 13 countries.
Exactly remember that first trip, but the first one that I can remember is going from Antigua to St. Martin a lot. My aunt lives in St. Martin, so I was pretty fortunate to be able to get around the Caribbean, going to St. Martin a lot, going to other islands in the Caribbean when I started swimming, etc. So my travels really started in the Caribbean region. Just in general, I would say somewhere around maybe 25 to 30 countries. Yeah. 25 to 30. Yeah, started with swimming and then just kind of doing some projects with school and then some solo travel and some group travel mixed in. So I took every opportunity I could to kind of just get away.
I have 2 destinations that I want to do. I want to do Antarctica and Australia because those are the last 2 continents I have not visited. So hit 5 out of 7. I need the last 2.
Australia too, I want to visit, and Verona, Italy, because I love Shakespeare. I think you can.
Egypt and Greece. Egypt is my top dream trip, and I have not made it there yet. My top 3 were Egypt, India, and Greece, and I've been to India and will be going back shortly, but I definitely got to get the other 2 in there.
Nigeria, West Africa is like the very top of my bucket list. I just have made so many connections with people from Nigeria. I'm just really curious about the culture. I've studied the culture, have a strong interest in the Nollywood film industry. Just really, really excited about that. Love the food, love the people, love the music, and just can't wait to get there and actually be around the people and to just really see what it's like. So Mario Travels is something I started maybe a year ago, just to kind of brand myself. Didn't really know what I was doing. It was just a Twitter handle at the time. And I started to figure out that, hey, I wanted to do videos. Not just videos, but I wanted to create a quality product. And so I started On the Go with Mario. So Mario Travels is pretty much a Twitter handle, and that's what you'll see on a lot of my branding. But the web series is really called On the Go with Mario. And it's just me solo traveling to various destinations of interest for me and just kind of sharing and bringing viewers along by way of the camera, just sharing my experience as I travel.
My blog was started because my mother, even though I'm a grown man, was concerned about her son traveling around the world by himself. So it started that way, and then I discovered that more people were looking for information about how they too can travel around the world. And from the blog, I actually wrote a book after I came back from my trip. In terms of sponsorships, a lot of people just approach you. So I don't really pursue sponsorships, but when they do come about, I don't really turn them down. So that's how I've been pursuing or not pursuing sponsorships.
Imported Chocolate started when I came back from Buenos Aires. When I lived in Buenos Aires, I wrote a blog called Black Girl's Guide to Buenos Aires. It was just for me to survive there as a black woman because there was no black people and I was just getting stared at constantly. So I just started just writing randomly and hundreds of people started reading it. So when I got back, people were still emailing me. So I was like, okay, I need to start a blog to promote travel among women of color, more like in a hand-holding way. So I started Imported Chocolate, and that's where it came from. And as far as marketing, I'm more focused on the audience and building the audience. And like I know every reader and everyone on my mailing list by name. I email them directly. So it's more about building my audience right now and focusing on that. Not really interested in sponsorships right now. Like Brian said, I'm not really looking to make money off the blog right now.
No Madness started because I was living in Japan for a year and I realized about 10 months into it that nobody was going to come visit me. So I used social media as a way to bring my experience to people back home. Kind of parallel to Brian, making sure that my mom knew that her child was okay and alive in the throes of Asia, which was the farthest I'd ever been from home and for the longest period of time. So I just started intercutting like these vignettes of my life traveling around, and the web series was created from there. And when I moved back to the States, I had that, travel withdrawal, super depressed. When am I getting the hell out of here again? And one of the best things that I found for me to kind of get through that was to start planning my next trip, but also like really look and experience and see if I could find any groups that were interesting to me. And I didn't. Every travel group that I came across was just not diverse and super boring to me. And I just got like a really I'm like a kid when it comes to my energy levels. So I was like, you know what? If I can't find something that I feel I can relate to, then I'm going to create it. And that was really the birthplace of the No Madness Travel Tribe. NoMadnessTV.com still has the web series. It's kind of like the information hub where the Travel Tribe functions day to day as a closed Facebook group. We're kind of like this underground travel like cult. But speaking of audience, I mean, it's just a really dope group of people. We're representative right now of probably almost 36 countries. Our members collectively have over 4,000 passport stamps, and it's cool because we're 90% Black and Latino travelers, which like one of my missions is really shattering the myth that people of color don't travel, which I think is really important. And we have fun and we do things that they don't think we do, like run with bulls and cliff jump. So that's kind of been my mission through, the community that has been built online, and it's turned into a business. So contrary, I am looking to make money off of this. And, the tribe has gotten to a point where trips are involved, merchandising is involved. It became its own business. I didn't go out seeking to create a business. It turned into it and I answered the call. So with that, we have been growing. We're in talks with serious partnerships and serious sponsorships for going forward for a lot of initiatives that we have, particularly going into 2013. So I'm all about acquiring sponsorships as well as investors. I've been having some really dope conversations with investors to get the business end where we want it so that myself and my High Council members can actually live off of this, and we are working on No Madness full time. In 5 years, No Madness is taking over the world. We're going to be there before 5 years. We almost there already. 2012 was it was really the foundation. That's why I made the decision that I was going to do whatever it took to have that as my focus 100%. Now in, 2 weeks or whatever into 2013, this is the year where the stuff that we have planned and what's coming up is going to blow a lot of people out of the water. A lot of our members aren't going to see some of the things that we have planned and that we have in the mix. And it's just going to be an amazing, amazing thing. I'm a risk taker, and some of the things that we have coming, I know they're going to be like, yo, this chick is crazy. High Council looks at me anytime I'm like, I have an idea. They're like, all right. What are you getting us into? We got your back, but what's getting ready to go down? So yeah, we're going to have a TV show on a major network. We are going to be the top rated travel group. We're probably going to have to start turning down members in order to keep the integrity of the community that we want and make sure that it functions properly. We're going to have a successful clothing line that's going to be available in major stores through our merchandise. And we're just going to be, we are going to be the parallel. When you hear travel and you think urban travel, you're not going to be able to escape No Madness in 5 years.
Well, with imported chocolate, I want to focus on publishing a book under it, which is my Hola Morocha Black Girl's Guide to Buenos Aires. And eventually I want to start an imported chocolate press and have a licensing series of other women who want to write about their travels in a novel form. And then I'm always going to keep a resource online for the blog, but then I want to move into an online retail store. It's going to be kind of innovative. It's a theme to it, and I'm working on it now. So that's where I see it in 5 years.
For me, I've been actually moving away more from the blog and more into social media. So I've been a lot more active on Twitter, on Facebook, and I find that I find the interaction, the immediate response from Twitter, let's say, to be a lot more interesting and engaging than even on my blog. So I'm keeping the blog. I've already written a book. But in 5 years, I hope that I encourage more people to travel around the world, because that's a big goal that a lot of people don't know how to break down and don't know how to do, which is the reason that I wrote the book. But just engage people and make sure that they know that there are resources out there for them, which I'm doing now, but just extend that year 1 through the next 5 years.
In 5 years. So right now I'm a travel consultant with Liberty Travel, Flight Center USA. I'm a travel consultant by day, and then I kind of juggle on the go with Mario, and I felt so very difficult on my days off. I always say my days off from my day job just means more time to work on my other travel gigs. It just surrounds me. But in 5 years, I would like to host my own kind of national television show, if you will. I think that would kind of be where I would want to be, on national television. If it's global, all the better, right? The more exposure, the better. But definitely just hosting a national television show about travel and culture and kind of infuse tea somewhere in there. Hey, I'm Mario Travels, and you're watching Take a Lead.